Welcome to another cup of conversation and food for thought with me, Nidra Simmons. I thank you all for joining me today. Please like, share, and subscribe. I do not own the rights to the music. The music and the commercials that comes on in the background, I do not own the rights. I'm not trying to promote. It is just music playing in the background to set the tone, to perhaps contribute to the tone of this cup of conversation and food for thought. As always, I come on giving honor and glory to Mother, Father, God, Universe. Thank you, God, for always being there for us. Thank you for waking us up this morning, watching over us as we slept throughout the night. Continue to provide for us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every way possible. You are truly, truly an awesome God and worthy of all the praise. Continue to keep us safe and protected, fully dressed, wearing the blood, covered under the blood, fully dressed, wearing the full armor of God, the helmet of salvation, breastplate, righteousness, shield of faith, sword of gospel, word, blood of truth, and shoes of peace. Thank you for liking my live out there. Thank you, God, for just being so awesome and so wonderful to all of us. I pray for safe travel and mercies for those who are traveling to and from their destinations and will be traveling to and from their destinations today. Thank you for just being so wonderful. In Jesus' name I pray, and giving much gratitude and respect to our big brother Jesus, to all the archangels, guardian angels, all angels in the highest, Christ at light, ancestors, guardian ancestors, spirit team here and far. Thank you. Thank you, you all out there, for coming on and enjoying the live. Much appreciated. Love to see when people come on when I come live. Makes me feel appreciated. As always, I say, God, less of me and more of you. Allow me, God, to be able to speak to those who you desire me to speak to. Give me a message that will help encourage those out there that you need me to speak to this morning. Good day and happy Monday to you all out there. The umbrella in which I'm coming from today is why you should think highly of yourself. That is probably a theme that I always bring out in all of my conversations, but I do want to just put some emphasis on it today because we need to constantly be aware of who we are, what we are, whose we are, and what we carry, and what we're capable of doing. And don't let the cares of this world take advantage or have any type of hold over you. I'm just here to encourage, uplift, to help give you a different perspective or even a light to look at something in a different way so that you can move forward. And thank you. Move forward so that you can continue to keep going. Some reasons why you should keep a high self-esteem is because it's healthy. It's healthy for you to love yourself. It's healthy for you to want to take care of yourself. The more that you love yourself, the more that you are going to appreciate yourself, the more that you're going to have more compassion about you. You're not going to want to see bad things happen to you. You're not going to be so easy for letting bad things happen to you. And when you come across certain people and you see that they don't have your best interests at heart, thank you. I appreciate you too. If you have your best interests at heart, then you're not going to let the cares of the world change your mind of who you think of you. You should always think of yourself in a healthy, high perspective. We don't want low self-esteem. We don't want nothing near low self-esteem. We don't want nothing or be around anyone that can alter or even listen to things that can alter our our character, because we want to stay in our character. We don't want other people to agitate us and get us out of who we are. We don't want people to make us, get upset and think less of who we are. It's you against you in this world. I've said that time and time again before too. It's you against you in this world. And you have to be able to appreciate who you are. You're around yourself more than anybody in the world. So why not just appreciate and love who you are and be good to who you are? And that way you have your own idea and you're strong in belief of who you are. Anyway, I'm looking at your comments out there. I don't know what y'all want me to say about it, but I'm not going to feed into it if it's not related to the topic at hand. But I do appreciate y'all checking me out to see what I have to say. Thank you for the hearts. Much appreciated. Um, Thank you. You're right. And that's what I'll do. Some other ways or reasons why you should think highly of yourself, because you're building a foundation of resilience. You're not allowing the cares of this world, the people of this world, tell you who you are. You're not who she say you are. You are. You're not who he say you are. You're who God say you are. You are who you say you are. The topic is why you should think highly of yourself. And I always talk about that. I'm a big push fan for loving yourself and appreciating who you are, because it's you against you in this world. Although, and you got God always. God is in between you and you. God is inside of you. God is close to your heart. So I often say meditate and spend time with yourself and meditate with God and get to know who you are, because we have to constantly come in and check on us. We go through life and we have life experiences, life be life, and we're not the same person we were last year. So we need to make sure that we build that solid foundation. We come into this world not knowing how to feel, how to care. We have to be retaught. And that can be looked at two ways, because if you believe in reincarnation, you're coming in and certain things are blank until you remember. But as a whole, if you're looking at it and you're not believing into reincarnation, when you come into this world, you come into this world as a brand new baby, and you have to be retaught by your parent and whoever's in your life, who's ever bringing you up, and you have to depend on what they tell you. But at some point in life, you're going to realize for yourself what certain things feel like, or you're going to get an idea of what things feel like to you. You're going to know what you like and what you don't like. And when you get to that point, you need to start practicing healthy self-esteem. And I'm hoping whoever is raising you all out there will introduce that healthy self-esteem to you. And you not having to go through life trying to figure it out. Now, I'm realistic, and I know that that's not always the case. Speaking of that, because I know I went through low self-esteem growing up, and it followed me for years. You have a good day. Thank you for joining the live. So I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking because I kind of know what I'm talking about, because I know how it affected me. I can only share my stories. I'm very transparent about my life because I use my life. Good morning. How you doing? As a opportunity to help others. So it's important. And for those who are just joining, the umbrella that we're falling under is why should you think highly of yourself? And so far, I said it's a healthy esteem you need to maintain so that you're not taken out by this world. As long as you know who you are, whose you are, what you carry, then you are one step closer to making sure that you are in the right direction of not being influenced by the world. Can you stand the rain? I can. Sometimes it's wonderful. It's refreshing. Good morning to you all out there. Thank you for joining the live. Um, Also, maintaining a healthy relationship can help you get through a lot of things in your life, because you know that sometimes you may not have another fleshy body there with you. And if you didn't know that you have a spirit team with you, you now know that by constantly um, loving yourself, that you can handle whatever's out there, because you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses through your life experiences. Another reason why you should think highly of yourself is because it's teaching you how to set healthy boundaries for your life, for yourself, and for other people. Now, I constantly talk about setting healthy boundaries for yourself. Boundaries are something you should obtain, because if you can't obtain them, you'll break them. And then you'll end up doing something you regret. You'll fall back on something you said you wasn't going to do. Um, how you doing? Thank you for the compliment. What is it called? I got 2 stones on my neck. They're stones that I keep on me because I like them, and they're supposed to help keep you calm, and I like that it does that for me. Um, um, it's clear. It's a clear quartz stone. On both, I believe it's on both. Yeah. But yeah, setting healthy boundaries are things that you need to put in place to help you and to help others. Um, and keeping a high self-esteem or thinking highly of yourself is not a bad thing. And I'm not saying go overboard and be the ones that's real cocky and you can't tell them nothing because they feel like they just got it going on. I'm saying a healthy form of highly thinking of yourself, a healthy self-esteem, a healthy foundation of resilience, because it's building you up. You're building yourself up through keeping yourself in a highly perspective or aspect. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining the live. We go through things in life, and sometimes we are. I was about to say before that we're physically by ourselves, but we're not never by ourselves because we're ever by ourselves because we have God and we have our spirit team that's always here with us to help us go through in this journey of life. Um, and it's important for you to know who you are. It's important to develop your character. I'm reminded to when my kids got of a certain age and I didn't have to buy clothes for them. I said, okay, now it's your time to go shopping. Go ahead and look through the internet and see what is your style and let me know what you come up with. I let them go out and develop their character and their styles. And I looked at it because if it was outrageous, I'd have to say, well, no, we ain't doing nothing like that. But, they all had their unique style and it was very respectable. Thank you for the compliment. So, as parents, we need to allow our kids to be who they are supposed to be without influencing them to be like us because they're not like us. They're their own individual. They have us in them because of the way that we bring them up and trust that the way that we brought them up will stick. But we have to let them find out who they are as well. Um, I kind of was excited and amazed to see how they're different and how they had a lot of what I thought of in their creativity of what they were trying to look for themselves. But also thinking highly of yourself can reduce anxiety and stress. And that's going along the lines of you not worrying about what somebody else is saying about you or worrying about doing things the way that they want you to do it. You have to find ways to do things that flow for you. I gave examples a few weeks back on here, maybe a week or so back, about how if you are at a job and you are telling somebody what to do, you, the person that's instructing people on what to do, have the whole booklet, the whole everything on how everything is supposed to be. You've seen the pictures, you went to the classes, you've got all of that training about what it is that you need to do. And now you need to have other people go out and do it. So you have to relay the message to others. And then if you relay the message and you just tell them all one way, go ahead and do it. And you don't give them the details as much as you have, you're going to get, and if you have 3 people that did it for you, 3 different ways of what you were looking for. So you have to learn how to break it down, like somebody said, like a neck bone. Break it down, make it plain so that they understand. And then you have to go in and show them what it is that you're looking for so that they can get it the way that you had envisioned it. Because we all have our own mind, our own way of thinking. So by you going in and knowing all that is about yourself and realizing that you love yourself and spending that time and meditating with God and knowing who you are, you're reducing the stress because you know without a shadow of a doubt who you are. Thank you. And what it is that you are all about. So you're not going to let anybody else pull away and take away from who you are, because you know who you are. You've developed a healthy um, esteem about yourself. And you got people out here, thank you, that just choose so bad to want to knock people down, or knock people off of their place so that somebody else can take it. Do not let the cares of this world change who you are. You need to know who you are, love who you are. Um, Also, keeping a high self-esteem of yourself can give you a self-compassion. Because if you love something, you want to see, hey, how you doing? If you love something, you want to see it work. You won't take something that you love and throw it through the ringer and break it up. Not as an adult. You're an adult now. You would learn to appreciate things. Kids, they get toys, they love it for a minute, then they break it. But we're not like that. Two guest requests. I hit that yesterday and it didn't work, so I don't know. Are y'all asking to be up there? Thank you. To be on the live? Far away from here, far away from here. But yeah, why you should think highly of yourself is because you should. You are wonderfully made. You are made in the image of God. You are awesomely made. Your body is a temple of excellence. It does so much. It heals itself. You should always want to maintain a high self-esteem and don't let the cares of this world change who you are. And I'm not saying be cocky. I know some very cocky people out there that will they'll take the cake. They'll take the cake. Something just bit me. But they will take the cake. They'll come across like they're God's gift to this earth. We're all God's gift to this earth. We don't have to show it and act in a way to where we're not presentable or approachable from people, But, I'm here to influence. My topics and conversations are always going to be towards bettering yourself, loving yourself, appreciating yourself, and understanding that you are made in the image of God. And that's a good thing. That's a gift. That's wonderful. But that kind of went through faster than what I thought it would have gone, but it's all good. I can still emphasize or add more onto the topic of why you should think highly of yourself, because you need to. If you don't think highly of yourself, then how do you think somebody else is going to think highly of you? You are the teacher to everybody as far as how they're going to treat you. You have to present yourself in a way that you're not going to be talked to any kind of way or be approached any kind of way. And you can do all of that respectfully. You don't have to come out and curse and say negative things. I mean, silence is a very, very effective tool for someone that you can go ahead and say what you have to say, and then that's it in the conversation, and say nothing else. And that silence that you bring in there, and they don't have the opportunity to speak to you the way that they want to, or get the response back to you the way that they want to. Good morning. Great, thank you. How was your night and your day? I'm not sure where it is at, where you at, but you need to understand that. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I like that song too, but let me get back on track, y'all. But yeah, the whole point of what I'm trying to say is it's important to think highly of yourself. You're not wrong for thinking highly of yourself. Okay. Thank you. Happy Monday to you as well. But yeah, just to recap, healthy esteem, Foundation of Resilience. Let me go back on that one a little bit. I am a new author of a new book. Congratulations. Thank you for sharing. Congratulations on your success. But yeah, Foundation of Resilience. For someone who has dealt with low self-esteem for years and thinking, was it ever going to get over? Was I ever going to get past it? Yes, the answer is yes. I've learned to love me and appreciate me for who I am. And I stopped worrying about what everybody else say about me and what everybody else thought about me. And I put more emphasis on what I think about me. Because I'm going to be around me all the time. And if I can't stand being around me, how am I expect somebody else to be around me and be okay with it? So I had to learn to remove things that I didn't like about myself. And I understand that there's things that if I didn't like about myself, I can always change and make better. But I'm doing it for me, not for nobody else. That's another key thing about why. Thanks, Queen. Looking for your support. Okay. Silence can be avoidance. Yes, silence can be avoidance. And a lot of people don't like silence, especially those that do a lot of talking and you don't say nothing. They ain't gonna like that. They might think you being rude and disrespectful and you ain't even saying a word. But yeah, learning to love you. Start looking in the mirror and just look at all of your attributes, all of the things. And look at things that you like about yourself. Look at just take one good look at you and just start looking at all the positive things. That's the dimples. Uh-huh. You got some dimples there yourself. You are speaking facts. Silence is the first chapter of my book. Okay. All right. See, great minds think alike. And I had to practice silence because I'm one that used to love to talk, and I was always verbatim. I had to come back. You say something, come back. And I had to learn, no, stop. And it was children that taught me that. Because these children nowadays are so wrong. You can't just stop talking and thinking that's it. You can't say be quiet and think they're going to be quiet. No, they're going to keep going. They feel like they have to have the last word. And I'm talking about little kids. Free choice. Free will. God gives us free will. You have free will out there too. I don't never make nobody do anything or try to say, if never. Not even in my relationships. If I've ever been with someone who said that they don't want to be with me, peace. I made it before you came here. I'm going to make it after. So life still goes on. Thank you for all the hearts and the praying hands. But anyway, you get back to what I'm saying. But I like that song, y'all. But yeah, resilience foundation. Music is awesome. I love music. It is. People can't read you. They don't know what's coming next if you don't say nothing. And it shuts a lot of things down when you're silent. But yeah, setting boundaries too. Good vibes. Yeah, good vibes. Setting boundaries is important too. And boundaries are not like setting laws. Those are boundaries are suggestions, things, ways for you to do things better to protect you and others. Once your silence you become untouchable. Yeah. And so what was I saying? Boundaries. Yeah. Boundaries can be broken. Don't feel guilty if you break any of these boundaries. I'm saying that because I recently broke a boundary. And I realize I'm human, I make mistakes. But I own up to my mistakes. I realize I'm not going to do it again. See, I've learned that in life there's patterns that we follow. And if you take the time to look at your life and things that you overcome, thank you. Okay. Thank you for that information. Um, but yeah, why you should think highly of yourself. Someone said to me, "Why do I keep repeating the topics in my post?" For a few reasons: to keep me back on track to what I'm talking about, and if I forget something, the title can bring back to my memory what it was that I was talking about. Um, so I want to keep myself on track so that I can flow, and I find that That's right. That's right. That's right. You shouldn't feel guilty. You're setting the boundaries. And we're human. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to something, and that's how we figure out what works and what don't work. Things that we put in our life and we go through and we follow. Life is all about mistakes. Um, and sometimes life can be about setbacks, but it's how you get back, how you come back. I often say it's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. Because at some point we trip, we fall, but it's how you get back up. Good. I'm glad that it does that. Thank you for sharing that with me. Oh, okay. It gives little facts up there. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. I will speak as long as y'all come and listen. Thank you. My smile. I used to be ashamed of my smile because I had a big Kool-Aid smile. When I smiled, they said, "Gosh, you show all your teeth." Yes, I do show all my teeth when I'm smiling or when I'm laughing because I'm really happy. I show it all, and I still have all my original teeth, so I'm gonna show it. But yeah, I got a big Kool-Aid smile. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, self-compassion, setting boundaries or thinking highly of yourself is self-compassion. As long as you're confident and comfortable in who you are, that's all that matters. And life is all about making it make sense to you. Good morning to you all out there. Thank you. Thank you. For those who are coming in, the topic that I am under is why you should think highly of yourself. You should think highly of yourself because the world most likely don't think as highly of you than you do. And you are the only individual in this world that's going to reflect who you are. So why not think highly of yourself? Good morning to you all out there. Thank you. You should always think highly of yourself because you are awesome. You are wonderful. You are unique. And you are authentically yourself. I try to be authentically myself. I try not to be like everybody else out there. And I don't think I can. I think I am in a class all by myself. Once you get to know me, you'll realize that there's nobody else out there like me. I'm in a class all by myself. The way that I think, the way that my mind works, it can relate to many people, but I'm still in the class all by myself. And I'm okay with that now. I am so okay with that right now. But the whole point of this conversation is to encourage you all out there to think highly of yourself with a healthy self-esteem. I'm not saying go out there and be like someone that's conceited and can't take on no challenges or don't want to learn nothing new because you think you know everything. That's not what I'm saying. We always are learning daily. Even the oldest of us will learn daily. Everybody's going to be learning. As long as you're living in this world, you're learning. There's always things changing and moving and going into a different direction. So as long as you are open and teachable, you'll make it further in this world. Um, you just got to keep going. Live long enough, I'll make sense to you. If you haven't already, so going through some of the things that I've talked about. But yeah, it's Monday. It's the start of the week. I've had the weekend. I didn't do nothing but rest all weekend long. And the guilt was trying to get me. You need to get up and do this. You need to get up and do that. You got to do this. I ain't get to do nothing. I did a few errands and then I rested. When your body says it's time to rest, it's time to rest. Thank you. Thank you for all the hearts. It's much appreciated. Thank you. But yeah, why you should think highly of yourself. Why do you guys think out there why you should think highly of yourself? What are some of the reasons why you come across healthy self-esteem? Why do you think that I am feeling down? Sorry to hear that. I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason, time, and season. So use this time wisely. First of all, don't get mad at yourself. I just said it's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. So take this time to meditate with you and God and ask God what direction and decision you need to go in. And then start looking. But, I don't know what your history or your story is, but I do believe things happen for a time and reason. So you need to sit down and ask God, what's the reason? What's the lesson you're supposed to learn from this? Sometimes we be on a job too long. The job was supposed to be a temporary thing. And then maybe you got comfortable and you lost the path that you're supposed to go on. I don't know if that's the case. I'm just speaking as someone sharing information. You know your situation better than me. That's why I said you sit down and meditate with God and ask God what's the lesson that you're learning from the situation. Because I know personally, I was in a job that I shouldn't have went back. And I think I went on and took 2 jobs when I was supposed to just focus on one job because I needed to live in this world, but maintain and focus on me and what God was doing for me in my life, the direction I was supposed to go in. Because God has woken me up to do certain things. Oh yeah, go see Nate. Go check Nate out on live. That's an option too. See how people work together. That's an option. So follow him. He's got some very very good ways on how you can make it in this world. Work smarter, not harder type of ways. So check Nate out. But yeah, I was sharing how I was working 2 or 3 jobs and I was saying, I trust God, I believe in God. And I kept getting the jobs. And then one time, at this point where I couldn't take it anymore. I was in so much pain, and work should not cause pain. Work should be a place you go, do what you got to do, and come home. But I was being attacked in this job from things that you can't see with the naked eye. So I quit without a plan B. Ooh, my kids got on me. The kids that I raised taught me back what I taught them. I always told them, you got to have a plan B. Don't quit a job unless you have a plan B. I quit a job with no plan B, and they let me have it as if I was a child and they were a mom. But I stepped out on faith because I told God, I said to God, I trust you. But then all in the years past, I didn't. I put my hand in the pot and caused more problems for me. But when I sat and did this, I was so scared and terrified. I was so scared. But I did it because I've never had no job. And I'm the only one in my house that was supposed to be making money. And I just quit my job. So God still provided. God provided. I didn't have the things that I used to have, but we didn't starve. We weren't homeless. We had everything that we needed. So that was my confirmation that I did the right thing. And then the stress of me going to that work and everything was relieved and moved. I spent time with God, one-on-one time with God, intentional time with God. And that made me look inward into me, and it just bloomed something whole totally different. So this is the outlook of that time spent with God. It was a scary thing, I ain't gonna lie, but when you say that you trust God and put your faith and trust in God, then you need to mean what you say. But by no means am I telling anybody to quit their job. No, don't do that. I'm just saying, in my situation, and if by chance, like his situation, um, I believe things happen for time, reason, and season. And Nate is on here, so maybe you can go see and check Nate out, and he can get you started in a position to where it's promising for you. But yeah, so why do you think highly of yourself? Why should you think highly of yourself? Because you're you, and there's not another you out there like you. There's not another me out there like me. This world is filled with a lot of people. God does his best work in the dark. So true. So true. So true. God does his best work in the dark. I'm loving the vibes in this life. Great. I'm glad that you are. I try to come on and encourage, and I come from love, and everything that I do, I I I push out love. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. But yeah, why do you think highly of yourself out there? I'm loving the energy from you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking at some of these names up here. OG Pork Chop. Okay. Interesting. But again, I'm gonna recap why some reasons that I have up here. You should think highly of yourself because you should just love yourself, period. You are a gift created by God to experience life on this earth. And it's a healthy self-esteem. It builds foundation of resilience. It allows you to set healthy boundaries and standards. That's for you and for others. It reduces anxiety and stress. You're not listening and taking on the cares of what he said you should be or she said you should be. It, and self-compassion. You learn to develop a love for yourself. How do you love yourself like that? It's so hard. Okay, it was hard in the beginning for me because I had so many people keeping me down. Trying to say, "Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't, nah." But once you learn love yourself because you are you. You are a gift. Once you recognize that you are a gift, that you are special, that you were created and handpicked to be placed in your family, you realize that you are special. And I'm not talking about small yellow bus special. I'm talking about special as in unique and wonderfully made. Special because God don't make junk. And that's not proper English, but that's how I say it. God does not make junk. God makes everything awesome. It's the world and the cares that taints God's creation. And because God gives us free will and free choice, you choose to go with the world or you choose to stay with God. The choice is up to you. But love yourself. Start writing do a journal or a piece of paper, and you can have a notebook or just a plain sheets of paper. Keep the papers though, and then fold it into two halves, and then put down likes and dislikes, and start writing all of the likes that you have. Make sure your likes outweigh your dislikes because there's always more likes about you than dislikes. Don't let the world get in your ear and tell you all of the negative things because your physical body can always be changed. You can alter it, but you do it because you want to, not because the world says to do it. And then every day write down positives. Even if it's the first day you can only do one positive and one negative, okay. Then go back the next day. Your goal is to put down three positives. and one negative. Or if you have no negatives, that's fine. Don't put no negatives. Just go down and put all the positive things that you have. And then keep the paper somewhere. Put it in a drawer. And then constantly, when you go back and feel like you are not confident or whatever the case might be, go back and pull that out. Or better yet, write those positive things about yourself on a strip of paper and cut them off and fold them and put it in the jar. So whenever, how do you keep the negatives from feeling so strong? What do you do to make you feel good? When you write these things down, if you like music, play it with music. If you like dancing, dance. And then if it comes to your mind, write it down and put all of the positive things in the jar. Don't put the negative things in the jar. You can write them out, but don't put them in a jar. Put the positive ones and cut them on strips and fold them up so whenever you feel discouraged, you can pull out one. But it takes practice. It takes time. It didn't take you, you didn't get that way in a quick F. It took years of people or incidents bringing you to that point. So it's going to take time for you to get out of that point. It's not, everything is not microwavable instant. What I used to do, what got me started was scriptures and gospel music. I would listen to gospel music and certain music would touch me to the point to where it would bring me to tears and I would cry. I will let the emotions and everything I feel come out. I don't hide it. I don't cover it up. I don't worry about somebody else looking or whatever the case might be. I will let it out. If I have to go to the bathroom and cry and let it out, I don't run from my emotions and my feelings. I would never suggest for anybody to run from your emotions and your feelings. You have to feel it. You have to feel it because that's the only way you're going to get through it is to feel it. You can't go over it. You can't go over under it. You can't go around it because if you do, you make that feeling bigger. You have to go through it. I get that, girl, is good idea. I'm not very religious, but I'm trying to be myself more. Okay, you don't have to be religious. I'm not religious either. I'm spiritual. All I'm saying is look at all of the positive things and let the positive stuff about you outweigh the negative things. I guarantee you there's more positive things about you than you think. Even if you have to borrow from what somebody else said about you. If you've been in a relationship and you remember they saying that the best thing about you was, write it down. If you agree to it, it can be yours. But keep it positive and do things that feels good to you. That's safe. Don't be doing all that crazy stuff out there. And do what you feel is right. Good morning, my queen. I saw your picture in the dictionary next to. Well, beautiful. Thank you for the compliment. But yeah, it might be hard to start, but don't stop. With me, I had to keep going. I had to um I had to appreciate all of my choices and mistakes. Good morning, how you doing? That I've made in the past. I had to accept everything I went through. Well, great. That's good. That's good. Because there's good things about you. I don't even know you. But I can tell you that there's good things about you. Put the emphasis and focus on that. Think highly of yourself. God don't make no junk, I'm telling you. God created us all. He knew every part. He, Mother, Father, God, Creator, whoever you call, knows all about us before we were born and created. And the cares of this world is what taints who we are. We're born into this world of sin. It's not by choice. This world is a sinful world. So we're in this world and it's how we maneuver and get through it. I'm here to help you get through it. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'll tell you how to do it. I can tell you how I've got through it thus far. And I can tell you, it starts with you. You have to love yourself so much, so strong, so potent, that you're not going to let the cares of this world change who you think you are of yourself. It's you against you in this world. Believe it or not, you as a baby, to you as a teenager, you as a young adult, to you as you get older, to your higher self you. We're spirits living in this body. Our spirit will live on when this fleshly body is gone. This body can only last on this world. That's my opinion. That's what I believe. Okay? So, I've been waiting on you to get in touch with me. Okay. I'm here live so you can share. Why do you think highly of yourself? That's the umbrella that we're falling under. Give some input, give some nuggets on how you feel or why you feel it's important for us to think highly of ourselves. Mike Jones. But yeah, you know, I'm glad that you're feeling encouraged. Keep that feeling, don't lose it. And just constantly, do exercises. I always say meditate and spend time with God. That's intentional and it helps. It works. You're not going to lose anything from doing it. I promise you, you gain something from it if you keep it a routine and keep going. And I understand that time is hard for a lot of us to get stuff done. Um, you just have to make it. I said before, 2 minutes in the morning before you get in the car, 2 minutes before you get out of the car to go to work. Thank you for the compliment. But what about the topic? Do you agree that having high self-esteem is a healthy self-esteem that is foundation for resilience, that is setting boundaries and standards, that it reduces anxiety and stress, that it shows your own self-compassion for yourself? But yeah, I encourage you all to set some healthy boundaries, raise your self-esteem. It's important to maintain and make it in this world. You have to have a high self-esteem. If you keep a low self-esteem, low energy level, you're making it easy for the enemy to come in and have a field day. It's definitely so healthy, and the way to live, it's just hard for people to find their confidence. Yeah, it's hard because we constantly go through these challenges every day. You can go through one day, get up and say, all right, today was a good day. Then you get home, you get bill collectors call you, you get bills in the mail, and you're sitting there like, I was just good. Now I feel depressed again because I got to pay this money and got the money to pay it. Yes, I agree with that. Should feel that way about themselves. God is with us. And thank you for that, Mike Jones. And thank you for that too, Aubrey. Thank you. But yeah. Yeah. True. But yeah. But it's important to stay positive, please. Please, please keep that energy level high. Middle going on up. Do not middle go down because then you're so easy for the enemy to use you. To make it in this world, one thing you need to do is maintain your energy level. Do not let the cares of this world bring you down. That is what they try to do. That is the job of what this world is to keep you in a low energy level. But you need to maintain and stay high. Love yourself. Love yourself. It's you against you in this world. If you don't love yourself, who will? You can't depend on other people to love you. Not the way that you're supposed to love yourself. You don't want to depend on people because they're like the wind. They can change. They can love you 1 minute and hate you in the same breath. They did it to Jesus. So who are you? Why you think you're different? They won't do it to you. It's the same place, Earth. So, but I've been on for 49 minutes, and I need to get off on TikTok before they turn me off. So, the topic was why you should think highly of yourself, because you are the best you, and you're the only you. So it would do best for you to love you, set healthy boundaries, and maintain a high energy level, a high self-esteem, so that you can maintain and make it in this world and don't get pulled down by the weights and cares of this world. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Thank you all for joining me on the live. I thank you for all of the communication back and forth. That's what makes this live even more interesting. So have a wonderful day. Remember, God loves you. I love you. Now you love you. Till next time. Peace. Thank you. Thank you very much. I see that. Thank you.